All right, welcome to Fireside Chat number 202. Not a lot of different announcements today, but kind of obviously one big one, which is we've got the 21-year anniversary coming up on June 1st, and as part of that, the biggest thing we're doing is a house war or Your Thing. So we're doing our fifth Your Thing. That's going to kick off on June 1st, basically midnight June 1st. So technically the night of the 31st Pacific time. So you can check out the under WAS Vigilant 2, right under Main Hall. Fifth Your Thing is the kind of home for all of that. So just post there and you can sign up. I'm asking that people provide a list of games they're willing to do challenges on. That just helps everyone so that they kind of know who they might challenge or who maybe they can bring in for a challenge on a particular game. Doesn't have to be an end all be all. It's not like you're not allowed to play games you don't list, but it just helps everybody out a little bit. So that is not required, but recommended. But check out that channel there for in-depth rules on it. I'll probably give a little overview here, but the competition will run through midnight Pacific on June 16th, which is the night of June 15th. The basics are that you basically can challenge anyone in a different house. You can have any arrangement you want. So you can have, for example, a 2v2 with two members of different houses on the same team against two members of two other different houses. That's totally fine. You can't have people from the same house on opposing teams. That's not allowed. But anything else does work. The standard, of course, is going to be you challenge one person from another house, whether that's a 1v1 or a 2v2, 3v3, in which case you each bring two additional allies from your own house. You earn 5 points for your house per opponent. So if you want to do like a 1v2 or 1v3, you'll get 10 points for the 1v2, 15 for the 1v3, even though there's only one person on your team. Whereas if in the 1v3, the three people win, they will only earn 5 points for the victory. And basically, everything is going to be done that you'll have to do is in the fifth Your Thing channel. So that's where you'll post your challenge. There's a listed format you have to use. That's in the pinned rules. There's also a listed response when you want to finish the negotiations for the challenge. Of course, you're welcome to DM and stuff, but you need to make sure that you post the terms of the challenge and your initial challenge message and bargain well and done. Both parties have to do that. All that has to go in fifth Your Thing. And that makes sure that myself and an Arian and any other COs that are kind of running the competition know exactly what the challenge was. So when we make our posts in fifth Your Thing scoreboard, just kind of the official tally, we can list what the challenge was. But yeah, basically you can negotiate a game between the two parties. So if you played in real old House Wars, you'll remember that that was not a thing. Basically, the challenger would choose the battlefield, or sorry, the challengee would choose the battlefield. So the challenger basically just choose their opponent, which makes sense. When we're limiting it to a certain number of like StarCraft maps only, and we talked about doing something like that with just a certain number of games. But I think we eventually said, okay, it makes more sense to just let people do whatever again, outside of games of pure chance, like just flipping a coin or something like that. So you can actually do kind of anything you want. It doesn't even have to be a game. It can be trivia, writing contests. We've done lots of different stuff. I'm pretty sure at one point there's actually a literal like race in person. I think that was challenged and maybe it wasn't done or something. But I mean, something like that is fine as long as both parties agree to it. That's all that has to happen. So both parties negotiate that battlefield, and then agree to it by both stating bargained well and done. So hopefully that gives an overview of kind of how the hero thing works. Again, all that information is in the hero thing channel. You can always contact me with questions and such. I think that is about it. So we may have some other kind of little celebrations going on. Might open up Storytime channel again and such for the anniversary. But that should be about it. So I'll sign off here. I'll be around for office hours shortly in Cert Holler. Otherwise, I'll be back next week for Fireside Chat number 203.